This time is day 3, 4, 3 or 4. I keep forgetting. Today's question is, what do I feel nostalgic about? Honestly, man, I do miss secondary school. Because it was a time where you didn't have to pay too much attention on the existential stuff. Which is like, how can I sustain my financial world? What do I have to do on the weekend? Like, that was sort of made up with you, naturally with your friend groups. And it was organic. It wasn't something I had to necessarily focus on. Whereas now, I definitely have to focus on maintaining friendships if I want to have them. I have to actually search for work if I want work. It's a lot of active participation. And so what I miss and I'm nostalgic about is not so much the easiness of it. It's more the taking for granted of it. Because if it were true that I were a bit passive in secondary school in terms of searching for work and whatnot, and by the way, that isn't true for everyone. There are highly skilled people when they were like 15 because they had to. Like, I know people who are working at 14, 15 years old, part of a family business, and they're probably one of the most successful, financially speaking, people I know. And it's because it's ingrained in them to work hard, play hard kind of mind. Whereas me, I didn't really have that mindset. It was more about education. And so I'm book smart, but that don't mean I'm street smart, as typically it shows. But anyway, so if it's true that, yeah, I didn't have to be so active, I would have actually made a bit more effort to, do extracurricular stuff, learn about stuff like that, learn about public speaking, learn about connections, learn about this. I didn't have that knowledge that I do now, but if I did, clearly I would utilize it more. Because I look back and there's so many opportunities that I've had in my life where if I made the initiative to like send that email to someone, I could have changed my life completely. And there were many, initiatives in our school to encourage young people to really make those connections. We used to have monthly meetings with mentors at Rothschild Bank. Now, forget the politics of the actual bank, but at least you had someone who is high on the financial and career ladder, and they could give you advice. And I never really took advantage of that. So there's so many things that I took for granted. So I feel way more nostalgic about the easiness of the life per se, because now the existential crisis is upon me to do everything right now, and I do feel somewhat depressed, not medically speaking, but colloquially I do feel a bit. And there's many young people like me who are smart, intelligent and skilled, but we can't find employment. And there's of course more to life than employment, but that's one of the big pins in life, having money to do stuff. Because there's so many other things I want to do, man. I say every time in these videos, once in a while, I want to do horse riding, I want to go gym. Now there's 3 ways to do it, and I do make excuses, I grant you that. But it's so, you can't deny it's so much easier when you have the means to do it. It requires the extra effort when you don't have the means, but if you do have the means, it takes the miles. So I am a bit passionate about this. Yeah, that's what I feel nostalgic about. But you can't dwell too much on the past, because you're living now. I'm living now. I've changed as a person, so yeah. I'll see you tomorrow, bye.